Hey friends, my name is Marby and welcome to Frolics and Finds. Have you ever tried making coffee and not actually put the mug or the coffee cup underneath where the coffee is supposed to go? It's a mess. But this video is not about that. Right now, our video is about spring blooming bulbs. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps grow my channel. Anyway, so let's start. Why bulbs? Bulbs actually is very easy to grow. And if you're somebody that's saying that you constantly kill plants, you're a serial plant killer, or that you cannot grow plants, bulb is for you because they're really very easy to plant. And the reason for that is usually bulbs, you purchase them from producers. You can order them online or you can order them from Walmart. And they come from producers whose business are really making sure that this bulb delivered to you are already packed with all it needs. All you need to do is just put them on the ground and wait for it to come back and give you those beautiful blooms in the spring. When you plant your bulbs in the fall for spring blooms, you just put them in the ground, forget about them, and then you will not be beating yourself and you will not be regretful come next spring. Let's start with snowdrops. Snowdrops are little, almost thumb-sized bulb that blooms the earliest, like at least in my garden, and I'm gardening from 6B to 7A. That's the zone that I'm at. And by February, late February, snowdrops would come up. And it's not like they're gonna give you a warning. I mean, you just walk out there one day and then boom, a big clump of snowdrops. And it is the most beautiful clump. As you can see in the picture here, you see this dark green leaves, blades of leaves, and this very dainty white blooms that are just tiny and cute as a button, white as a snow. It's really good. It's like, you know, it's the first bloom that I have in this property, and it's the best, you know, the best way to welcome, hello spring, you know, hello world, I'm here again. Warmer days are coming. So, snowdrop. Number 2 are crocuses. Now, I have to be honest with you, I never really paid attention to crocuses because I thought, you know, what a waste of time. You plant and then you're just given this like about 2 to 3 inches of flower that's fleeting, but they're not really fleeting. So again, this house comes with crocuses, and this saffron crocus that I am showing you right now that match perfectly with my lemon yellow teaks. This really caught my attention. I didn't know that I have another crocus in my garden, and this is what it looks like. I mean, just take a look at this. Just take a look at that bloom. It is very dainty. And this picture, I took this with just my iPhone. And look how perfect it is. So I have the saffron, I have this purple. I don't really know what the name is, but you know, when you go to the store, you buy your bulbs, they have their names and they have their colors. So you would know that. So definitely, guys, crocuses. In my case, I'm gonna be getting myself white crocuses to add to that clump of crocuses in the front circle where they're at right now. So I make sure that I have the saffron yellow, the purple one, and then the white ones because they're just beautiful together. Number 3, daffodils. Oh my goodness. What better plants to say welcome spring than daffodils? I feel different with daffodils, and they're cheap. You know, they're cheap and they're easy to plant again. And then at the same time, daffodils, they have many varieties. I have the ice follies right here that I collected in a vase, and didn't even know that daffodils have this very nice scent. I thought it smells nothing, but it does smells good. So what I like about daffodils is, again, they're very easy to plant. Daffodils doesn't fail you, and it gives you this big bloom. Sometimes you just have the yellow variety, and what I have here is the ice follies. You can also buy daffodils in a variety pack, like one bag, and there are different kinds of daffodils. So there are daffodils that are single bloom, double blooms. There are ones that are, they call the narcissos, that are very, very small blooms. They're very tiny, they're very cute, and you know, you mix them together and they look really beautiful. So I like mixing daffodils, and the reason why I like mixing daffodils together because I really would like to cut them, some of them, and put it in my vase like what I have here. Isn't this beautiful? So that's what I like about daffodils. They're very easy to plant. So make sure that you get yourself some daffodils in the mix. Number 4 are tulips. Oh my goodness, why wouldn't you plant tulips? Tulips are one of the most beautiful spring flowers. They're just amazing. The problem with them though is some, especially the beautiful ones, the dainty ones, the ones that you really love, the squirrels also love them. And the one that's just, you know, they grow and they bloom immediately, like they spread immediately, kind of like my least favorite. They're also the least favorite of the squirrel that's living in one of my trees. And you know guys, if you're gonna try to wage a war against squirrels when it comes to your tulips, you're gonna lose. But there is one thing that actually 2 things that I am going to do when I plant my tulips in October or a couple of weeks from now to try to ward them off. So be watching that video because I think it's gonna be really effective, because I have tried everything with trying to get the squirrels, and I don't think it's gonna work. It did not work, and some of the tips I just knew that it's not gonna work. Like putting your tulips in a cage. Why would you put your tulips in a cage in the front yard? That's not gonna work. So come back, make sure that you are hitting that notification bell, because I have to tip the squirrel and leave your tulips alone. This is the drift of tulips that I planted, but the squirrels really didn't care. So again, tulips, my friends, tulips. I mean, please have some tulips. And I also like to plant tulips where I could just grab some of the blooms and put it in my vase, because that's one perk of having blooms in your backyard. Friends, if you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that notification bell is clicked so that you will see the sequel of this video next couple of weeks. Last but not the least is the allium. And there's so many kinds of alliums, but let's just stick to one. Let's stick for now, right? Because the one thing about planting these bulbs is once you plant the bulbs, they're gonna be there. They will come back next year. So all you need to do is add more, layer more. And isn't that wonderful? That is why I like planting bulbs. So the late bloomer in of all the 5 bulbs that I am sharing with you today is again the allium, and specifically purple sensation. There's so many alliums out there and I love them all, but let's take a focus on the purple sensation because I have planted that plant my first fall in this house. The allium, again, the critters doesn't care for them because they are of the onion family, and allium has this, it's very whimsical. I love this allium because it has this one spike, which is the bloom spike, and it has this ball that is slightly larger than your baseball, and the purple tone of this plant is really just purple sensation. It is so beautiful. The thing that I learned about planting the allium is that you really have to plant it deeper. And definitely, guys, allium is beautiful. So there's your 5 bulbs: snowdrops, crocuses, daffodils, tulips, and purple sensation allium. So in that order. So from late February up to the time that your other plants are blooming, like your azaleas are blooming, clematis are starting to bloom, you have your allium too. So it's a very beautiful, very rewarding. You should be planting bulbs. Don't be scared. If you don't have a ground, use the pot. But again, we're gonna talk about that next week, where I will be sharing with you how to plant bulbs, because I learned my lesson. I mean, I have watched the expert, give out content there about how to plant bulbs, and I followed that, but there are some things that they have missed that I realized, like, oh goodness, why did I do this? So make sure that you have that notification bell clicked, and come back and keep an eye on my video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any tips, any other kinds of bulbs that you would like to be included in addition to these 5 bulbs that I'm suggesting you should be planting in October to give you that satisfaction that, yeah, feeling when it comes to spring, let me know. Comments down below so I would know, and I will surely check it out. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye.